shock to me
because, like anybody else at 10 o'clock, you know, on Thursday, I'm watching Scandal. So I was okay. My name is Cheo Hodari, and I was nominated along with Shonda Rhimes, Janine Sherman Barwa, and Zoanne Clack for Best Writing for Dramatic Series, and I was lucky enough to win, and I was just really excited about it, and shocked because, like everybody else in this country, on Thursday night at 10 o'clock, I'm watching Scandal. So to even be nominated with Shonda and with Janine and with Zoanne was a real honor. But I was very excited for Southland because it's always been a show that's been challenged by first getting canceled by NBC, getting picked up by TNT, and I always call it the little show that could. And it's continued to move forward. I actually am now supervising producer of NCIS Los Angeles. So I won for an episode I wrote last year, but you know, Southland will always have a close place in my heart, and I'm just really glad that this kind of win is really good for the show. Well, I don't know if there's, it's interesting because as writers, as producers, we couldn't do what we do without having incredible actors. And so it's a collaboration. And for me, it's important because everything that we do is in concert. So I wouldn't be up here if Regina King and Sean Hattasy and Ben McKenzie and Michael Cutlitz didn't, you know, turn my words, which were one thing, into art. And so as a writer, even though writers have more power in television than in film, you always are at the mercy of your actors. When you have actors as incredible as the cast of Southland, I mean, you can't help but feel blessed. What? That's my wife. Okay. She actually missed it. She actually missed it because she had jury duty today. Yeah, and also when you win, they don't let you keep the award. So I had to take a picture with it. I had to tweet it to her. But my creative process, or at least for Southland, was just real life. We do ride-alongs with police officers. We talk to cops about some of the triumphs and tragedies of what it is to be a police officer. And the most important thing for that show is making sure that we humanize what cops do, and the good and the bad. You know, that's why I think the show is special, is that it doesn't really, it's not concerned with what the crime of the week is. It's more concerned with how does it affect the lives of the characters. And that's why I think, you know, Regina King is such an amazing actress, is that she's able to personify and personalize the stories in such a way that you really feel as if you're watching a real detective. Ben McKenzie, Sean Hattasy, and Cutlitz, and Lucy Liu, and C. Thomas Howell also have the same gift. And that's why, as an ensemble show, it's great because everybody's a star to a certain extent. And no matter who the episode is about, you really feel like that you have a front row seat to the greatest show on earth. What? Oh, I have my dream job. I mean, you know, to A, have written for Southland, and B, to be the one in a millions kid who had a copy of LL Cool J's Radio and one of those, you know, black and red Air Jordans, and then now I'm writing dialogue for him and writing stories and working with him and Chris O'Donnell and the incredible cast of NCIS Los Angeles. I mean, this is my dream job. I mean, I come from hip-hop because I used to write for Vibe, The Source, in a lot of places, and so to continue to make a living on words is, in any form, is a dream, to be perfectly honest. The state of hip-hop is non-critical. And what I mean by that is that there's I miss the critical voices. You know, so for example, like Trinidad James, All Gold Everything, which I find to be a fascinating record, but at the same time can understand why people have problems with it. There's like a lack of discussion one way or the other. It just seems like everyone's accepting what's out there. And I was lucky enough to be around what I consider the greatest generation of hip-hop artists. Not only working now currently with LL Cool J, but you know, when I first got my start, it was interviewing the Notorious B.I.G. And when I was first nominated for an NAACP award, it was for co-writing with Reggie Rock Blythewood the movie Notorious. And so I'm old. I mean, I'm 40. So for me, but it's old because, you know, I realized that the time between a current record and Big Papa is what, like 18, 19 years. Right. Which is longer than it was between Big Papa and Rapper's Delight. So like it or not, 40 is old school. Right. And so, I don't know, I mean, I'll never count hip-hop out because I always think that there's going to be critical voices of change. So no matter what happens with the music, I think that as long as kids are empowered to talk about anything, it's a good thing. Yeah. No, like if you're talking about Spoonie G and those cats, yeah, you're right, I was too young. But I rolled with Busta and Charlie Brown and those guys back when I was writing for Rap Pages. So you know, it's a whole. That's the thing. I mean, I feel lucky to have been a part of that generation. I mean, I think the music was a lot more fun back then. Oh yeah, Enjoy Records. I mean, Spring Records Harlem. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Black American culture, hip-hop culture, our culture, whatever you want to call it, is at the forefront, at the center of American popular culture. So, for example, a show like this, an award show like this, which at one point was marginalized, is now primetime, and in the future will have even more of an impact. And so, at the same time, while we have, you know, Kerry Washington and Scandal, Regina King on Southland, and you know, all these opportunities for LL and Laz Alonso, at the same time, we still have a lot of work to do. And so what's exciting about winning this award is that it's, I don't know, I mean, I feel happy. I feel like I'm part of a continuum because my uncle, Richard Wesley, wrote Uptown Saturday Night, Let's Do It Again. And I remember when Rich, as a kid, playing with Rich's Image Awards, and now that I have one of my own that my kids will see. And so it's kind of a cool continuum, and I hope to inspire others that, you know, brothers and sisters that come behind me. Thank you. Sure. I just like writing interesting characters, and women are fascinating. So I don't really think of it from a gender standpoint. I think of it from a character standpoint, and I just try to be as true as I can to whatever character I'm being asked to portray in terms of giving storyline. I'm glad that women, particularly African American actresses, are now in, you know, I don't want to call it a renaissance because we still have a long way to go, but there are more roles, and I think that that's a positive thing that's going to continue to move forward. And the success of these shows, you know, is only going to offer more opportunities in the future. The only other thing I want to say is that I dedicated my award to my grandfather, who was a Red Tail. He actually flew 100 Fighter Squadron to Tuskegee Airmen. And so, without being biased about some of the movies that are nominated, it was really cool for the movie Red Tails to be out and to have that element of history. This is a really great time to be writing about our culture and have these opportunities. And so, I'm just really overall just thrilled to even be nominated, not let alone win an Image Award. Bertram Wilson. Thank you.